New England has 12 draft picks this year, 6 in the first 3 rounds. They're going to reload. This is the year to beat New England. This is the year. I watched Tom Brady this weekend. He didn't look that old. Whatever he's using, hemp pajamas, kale pajamas, whatever he's using, it's working. I want you to think about this. This is the year to beat New England. You better do it now because they're stocking up with 12 draft picks. They'll move off Gronk. They'll get some salary cap space. Think about this. This year, for the first time in like 10, had to rebuild the O-line. This year, for the first time in a decade, Gronk's a shell of himself. New England all year long did a lot of non-New England things. First of all, they were terrible on the road. Do you know the Patriots were sub 500 on the road, 3-5? That's not New England. New England had controversy for several months coming into the season. That's not the Patriot way. Every year they have a stinker in September. This year they had 3 horrible losses, all to horrible teams. Detroit, the Jags, Tennessee. That's not the Patriot way. Situationally, they melted down in Miami. I don't remember that happening once in 18 years. This is the year they were rattled and out of sorts. But it doesn't end there. Their left tackle signed with the Giants, most important position to protect your veteran quarterback. So they drafted an offensive lineman to play left tackle. He got hurt. So they had to go to San Francisco. They have a right tackle playing left tackle. It doesn't end there. They were so desperate this season, and New England's never desperate, they went and signed the poster child in the NFL for wasted talent, Josh Gordon. When's New England ever been desperate? They were this year. It doesn't end there. Cordarrelle Patterson, 2 times this year, led them in rushing yards as a running back. A wide receiver who'd never played running back became their best running back. New England has been controversial, bad on the road, can't figure out the left tackle, key injuries, losing to bad teams, situationally melting down. Wide receivers are running backs. Running backs are wide receivers. If New England goes to Kansas City and wins this weekend, AFC, wave the white flag. I mean, this is the most vulnerable they're ever going to be. Because Tom Brady, I watched that game. Did he look old? That's as good as I've ever seen him play. I mean, I can't remember a game he was that efficient against that kind of personnel. I mean, Kansas City this week, at home, veteran head coach, mostly healthy, great head coach, extra day to prepare. I mean, New England can't possibly 35-7 at half over the Chargers, play close to that, right? Kansas City even got a break. New England played perfect. You can't play perfect in the NFL in back-to-back weeks. New England's got 12 draft picks. 12 of them. So they're coming. They're going to be really good next year. And they're going to be favored again. And the Jets and Bills still have young quarterbacks. And Miami doesn't have a coach. The one thing New England has is a quarterback who plays to this day, despite being the GOAT, with a chip on his shoulder. This is the most non-New England year ever. Controversy, bad on the road, losing multiple times to bad teams. Gronk's a shell of himself. I mean, controversy. I mean, this doesn't look like New England. This is not who they are. Public stories, coach, quarterback don't get along. And yet, a rookie running back mauled the Chargers front 7. You saw the Chargers beat Kansas City in Kansas City last time they played. How did the Chargers match up with New England? I mean, I don't remember a New England year that was more off-brand, where they were more vulnerable. Kansas City, you don't beat them this weekend. 9 degrees, at home, MVP, healthy. You're not beating them for a while because this one is set up. The other break, in the NFL, you never play the same way back-to-back weeks. New England's not going to play that well. New England can't be perfect. Not even New England's perfect back-to-back weekends. They were perfect. That won't happen again. Man, cross your fingers in Kansas City. You better be all in on this puppy because this is the unpatriot Patriot season, and here they come. All right, let's shift gears. Rams beat the Cowboys. And I think what you saw Saturday night is what you're going to see a lot of for the next 7 to 8 years. This is what you're going to see next 7 to 8 years from Dallas. They're going to be good enough to win a division. They're going to be good enough to win playoff games. But they'll hit a ceiling because Jason Garrett and Dak are good, solid, but they're not special. And to get to next weekend in the NFL, that's for special people. For the record, here's the remaining coaches. Belichick, Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Sean McVay. Many people believe those are the 4 best coaches in the NFL. Belichick, Reid, and Payton will be Hall of Famers. I suspect Sean McVay will be too. Who are the 4 remaining quarterbacks in the NFL playoffs? Tom Brady's the best that's ever played. Drew Brees, that holds every record that Tom Brady doesn't. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. And Jared Goff is a number 1 pick and a great, great thrower of the football. Special people. This round of the playoffs is for special people. Now I said it Friday, Dak is Alex Smith. Mobile, great leadership qualities, solid dude, can win you games, but Alex had trouble winning that game. Saturday night, Dallas was out-coached by a special coach and out-quarterbacked by a more special quarterback. And Dallas was out-schemed. It didn't have much of a running game, so what did they need? The same thing we asked of Alex Smith several times. Hey, dude, can't run the ball? We need you to carry us to a win here on the road. We need you now to carry us. And Dak didn't because that's not who Dak is. There is a way for Dak to win. At home, running game. You have to remember, Aaron Rodgers is coming back next year. Carson Wentz is coming back next year. San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan, that's a special coach. He gets his quarterback. The NFC, when you start looking at the last several years, has been about special people. Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, McVay, Aaron Rodgers, Khalil Mack, Kyle Shanahan, Sean Payton, Cam, Aaron Donald, Fletcher Cox, Carson Wentz, Doug Peterson. There's a lot of special in there. That's who ends up playing in the end in the NFC. A lot of special coaches, special players, special quarterbacks. Jason Garrett and Dak are very good and very solid, but they're not special. And Saturday night is exactly what Dallas is going to face for the next 7 to 8 years. They weren't embarrassed. They're not going to get embarrassed. And it's in the last 2 weeks, I've only missed on 1 game against the spread. This was it. I thought Dallas would lose very, very close. They weren't embarrassed. They got pushed around, but they weren't embarrassed. They shouldn't be. Jason Garrett's a good, solid coach, and Dak's a good, solid quarterback. But it's all about expectations. If you're bothered by Saturday, then you need to lower expectations because the NFC lays it out for you. It is the conference of special. Rodgers, McVay, Brees, Sean Payton, Aaron Donald, Fletcher Cox. These are special people. And good is just not good enough. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.